Just being aware of the infinite space within, after doing 4 different steps of Om, will help the mind to absorb within, give rise to a new state, new level of consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Feel the change. Awareness on the left hand. Feel the change. Lift your both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the dark space. Why? Palms are there. And now know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We will share our experiences. The goal is to progress and understand. How are you, Sophie?
I am very good, Girish. Oh, there's an echo.
Okay.
So yeah, the first one was the most difficult to keep going, and
Okay.
but then I really saw a lot of space. It was red and orange, and then sometimes shift to black, and then back orange and red. Yeah,
That's a variety and different levels of consciousness. That's a beautiful. How are you, Anne?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I half of the time I feel okay.
Calmness is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, Meet?
Oh, I don't think I've ever truly allowed myself to go to this place. I'm very grateful.
Very good. Very good. So it gives you the sense of emptiness absorbed into that space. We will talk about this space, why we used to refer the space in Eastern wisdom. How are you, Michelle? You seem to be absorbed and then you woke up. In fact,
I did. I actually was getting really good with the poems and chanting, and then I must have like passed out in the last 5 minutes. But I feel calm.
you feel calm. You are always calm, isn't it?
Depends on who you're speaking to. Me too. Thank you. So I had a question, Arturi. You had mentioned about in the beginning when you were talking about just this lifetime, but there's a lot of philosophies that believe that we come back, that we repeat our lives. So wouldn't you take with you that knowledge into your next life?
I will understand your question again.
You were talking in the beginning about the things that we learned for this lifetime, that we're only Michelle one time, Sophie one time, John one time, so on. But there's philosophies that believe.
Yeah, philosophy, there is a law of karma in which whatever the impressions we have accumulated in terms of the desires, likes and dislikes, which is not fulfilled in this birth, it transmigrates to the next birth. But we do not know what kind of a birth we will have in the future. So the master says it is, now you know that we are a human being, and the human being can accelerate their evolution in this very lifetime. So if you evolve and awaken to the real self, then you don't worry about the future birth. You are already there. In the next birth, you will live into the same state of consciousness. So take care of this birth rather than thinking of the future. How are you, Charlie?
To begin with, my mind wanted to be busy. So I was a bit annoyed by having to do all the ums. But then I felt vibration through my body and my head, and then the thought had gone, and I just felt the sound. And then when I went into the place here, it was just like this big space that I'd never visited before. So I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Girish. Your speaker's off.
Yeah. Do you want to say something more?
Hear any of that. I'm sorry.
You want to say something more?
Yes. When I was in the space after doing the it was like going to a new place that I wanted to investigate. But when I was aware of being in the space, it took me out of the space. Does that make sense?
I could see. Beautiful. You see that? That is why we say Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge. So we will continue to investigate and explore. But the method of exploring is different than exploring method in the science. So that is why you said the moment you wanted to investigate, a subtle ego, the doer, took over to investigate. As long as the doer is there to explore in the journey of meditation, you will always slip. So there is a method. You rightly said. How are you, John?
I found some of the practice a bit difficult because I probably was not breathing properly. So I have to work on that, obviously.
Yeah, we will do it once again. We will go a little deeper and understand deeply another way of doing this Om meditation. There are hundreds of ways of doing this Om meditation. So you see that what I said, contemplate on that. First is that Om, it is we are designing Om, designating the word Om to the real self. And that real self, our master teaches that it is beyond the doer and the enjoyer. So it is beyond the fruits of all the actions. In our day-to-day activities, you see that consciousness is not at all dictated, affected, influenced by whether I have pain or pleasure, whether I'm single or married, whether I'm divorced, whether I'm the richest guy like Bill Gates or something else. That consciousness is not at all affected. That consciousness is the real I. And we can easily investigate by understanding when we were born, I is the same. That I acquired a baby body, child body. So baby body died, replaced by child body, replaced by adolescence body. So the child body died, adolescence body, youth body replaced the adolescence. You see that? But I remained the same. I, that real I, that is consciousness. So we are investigating and wants to find out what is this something within me that remains present all the time while the body is changing, the mind and mental states are changing, the life situations are changing, and still that is one. And that one is the real self in us. I'm very happy Michelle has started taking deep interest. You started writing something also? Yes, that's good.
When you talk, I take notes.
Oh, you take notes. Don't throw the notes away. You have 1 week to contemplate. Michelle is thinking, what should I say?
I don't usually throw things away, they just disappear.
So, you see, just for 5 or 10 minutes, what this guy talked, can I see the truth into it? If I don't see, raise the doubt, create a question, think of it, contemplate and reflect. So, what happens when you reflect on it? You start removing the impurities in the mind. The mind that may pose a challenge during the practice will go away. But don't worry. The next topic after next week, we will understand what are the 9 obstacles of meditation, hindrances, and they all are caused by the one's own mind. Your own mind. Your own mind wants to practice meditation, and the same mind is causing the obstacles. So once you become clear about these 9 obstacles, and you'll be amazed that some of those obstacles you have explained to me in the last few sessions. I did not say anything. I say, okay, it will happen, it will, okay. I was waiting for this topic to come. John, so once you understand these are the obstacles, so how simple. You are driving a car, the front car is slowing down. You know what to do. You change the lane and you speed up and you are already there. So that is the way the mind should jump, be very flexible to take the right decision when these obstacle enters into the mind. That helps us to succeed in reaching to the final goal. Any question? So thank you. That is all. We will meet next week. Thank you. Namaste.